Do you, as someone who would like to see this team do well, do you want to see James Harden back? Which way are you leaning right now?
I am leaning more towards the bring James Harden back. And this is why I know, and a lot of people are not going to be happy. And I'll start it with this.
All right, go for it.
I 100% understand why people don't want to bring him back. I get it. That Game 7 was horrendous. It was one of the most embarrassing losses I've seen in Philadelphia sports, which is saying so much, because there have been a lot of those. But there's a flip side to this too, and I get the emotion of that Game 7, and I get how bad it was. Think back to Game 6, Mark. 5 minutes left in that game. I think it was 86-81. They very easily could have won that game and been in the Eastern Conference Finals if a couple shots go in. Now, listen, it's not bad luck. They lost because they weren't the better team. The Boston Celtics were the better team. They won the 7-game series. No disputing that. But what I'm saying that is, and Morey put it this way in his press conference to end the season, they need to find a way to be 1 point better in one more game in that round, and then in order to go beyond that and hopefully win, 8 more games beyond that. So to me, if you bring James Harden back, yeah, do you want to give him that max deal? Of course you don't want to give him that max deal. You're going to try hard not to give him that max deal. But if you bring James Harden back, you make some other roster changes, you put Nick Nurse in over Doc Rivers, who I think we can all agree, Nick Nurse, an upgrade as a tactician, as a head coach over Doc Rivers, with those advantages, with the small roster advantages, with Nick Nurse as the advantage, that should give you enough to be a better team. Because the alternative of James Harden walking, and let's say you do some finagling and you bring a Fred VanVleet in, will you be competitive? Yes, you will be a very competitive basketball team because you still have Joel Embiid, you still have Tyrese Maxey, and you get a pretty darn good player in VanVleet. You'll be competitive. But in my opinion, you will not be a championship team. So to me, that's why I'm saying I lean towards, if I'm the Sixers, I'd want to bring James Harden back.